Next up is the lower half of the air layer, and that was allowed to grow unchecked for 3 years with the occasional pot clean, but the foliage hasn't been touched and it's been growing freely, and now is the time to thin out the foliage and start selecting the trunks which we are going to retain. So stay tuned. Hey, it's me, Iqbal Khan. If you have not yet subscribed to mikbonsai, then click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to subscribe and receive notifications as I upload new videos. This is the lower half of the graft, and again the info card in the top right hand corner has a link so you can see the original video if you haven't already done so. And I'll have to decide what to do with it. There are 2, I could separate them into 2 rafts or keep it as one, and there's another one here. This is quite independent of the others, so I may consider removing that, but for now it's all going to stay there. And what I'm going to do is take out the alternate sort of trunk. They are quite thin, they are virtually like branches, and it'll be quite some time before they get much thicker. This isn't too bad, but then this is quite independent. This is the way we are going to work. I'm going to leave this one, retain this one, is quite thin, and retain this one and remove this one here, because the next one is quite soft developed. And similarly, if I'll just turn it round and remove one of these, remove the weaker one, retain the stronger one. We'll leave that one for now because there's a big gap here. And then here we will remove one of these, the one which is higher up. I think what I will do at some stage is to carve the what's left of the old trunk. So retain this one here, and working my way around, and here we will retain this, and we'll remove this one here. This weaker one is growing from inside of this hollow. It's quite sort of juvenile. Remove that. We'll retain this one and retain this one growing on the inside, and remove these weeds. Keep the pot nice and tidy. This is sort of fairly quick. We're not doing any major work, just deciding which trunks to retain. And now we come back to this little clump here, and I think from here we will remove the trunks which are very close to the old trunk, and that's this one here. So just cut it. It's quite tiny, and it would have developed into a trunk, but we don't need so many. And besides this, well, it looks like it could become a clump, but we want it raft style, so we'll just thin it out a bit more. Remove that one, and this one, and another one. Right, so then we have just 2 trunks, this one and this one on this. And so we will now move to this section here, or that lot, all that lot, and thin these out as well. Then we have this little group here. It's basically a little root with a few bits growing on top. It's quite independent of the rest of it. At some stage we'll have to separate this out, but that's not for today. From this part, which is higher up, we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the first one. So basically thin out these trunks. So there are too many trunks, so we'll remove that one and retain that. There's a thin one in front of this, so we'll remove the thinner one. There we go, that's out. And next to it is quite a thick one. We'll retain that. And turning it this way, again, this is quite independent one. This again we'll have to separate at some stage, but another time. And then we have another little clump here. Here we have another part of the old trunk, and it has a number of little trunks coming out from the side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So I'm going to retain all these. They look okay, and we may thin them out later, but for now I'm just going to expose the trunks and remove these branches which are really low down, and they do back buds, so as they grow they'll probably grow branches further lower down. And I'm going to repeat this process on the whole raft so that we can actually start seeing what's going on with the trunk. Now I'm working on this one. It's the biggest of the lot, and I've thinned it out a little bit more to do, and we'll be done with this one. Well, there we are. That's the close-up of the raft and the trees that I'm hoping to develop. They're quite thin at the moment, except the ones on this side. They are reasonably decent compared to the other ones, and it'll be a few years, perhaps, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years before they attain the thickness that I'm happy with. Until that time, we'll just keep growing. The last thing that I have to do is put chicken pellets around the pot, and we'll deal with that now. That's the chicken pellets going in, and in the middle part also. That's all for now. This is Iqbal Khan for mikbonsai in West London. Until the next time. And now for the afterthought. Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. You dig?